Welcome to 50 Ways to Succeed at Work, where you hear stuff about ways to succeed even the most well-intentioned colleagues, advisors, careers officers and HR departments may never get around to mentioning. Today's episode is Tame the Beast. Be smart and master your most difficult emotions. A famous Harvard professor once asked his students, "Do not think about white bears." Do you know what happened? Yep, they had trouble not thinking about them. Later, when he told them it was all right to think about white bears, they thought about them even more than a group that had not received such a ban. If you've ever dreamed of chocolate cake or French fries while following a strict diet, you will know all about this kind of experience. Now, do you recognize this sound? And it's not a kettle. What makes your blood boil? Mastering what gets your emotion into the danger zone can boost your chances of success at work. As in the rest of your life, anger and impatience can distract your attention from essential tasks. When we're in a troubled state of mind, our brain may resort to reptilian mode. Well, that's what they figured a flying pterodactyl sounded like. In other words, your emotions can catapult you into the extreme state of flight or fight. That's when you react without much conscious thought and stop thinking clearly. The result can be poor judgments, and you say things you may later regret. It can happen at work when you experience many emotions, including maybe anger. Your long-term success can depend on learning to handle these feelings safely. But do you know what presses your buttons? Or who can do that and set your emotions on a roller coaster? For instance, if you're absorbed by guilt or exploding with anger, telling those internal voices to go away or bottling up emotions won't relieve your discomfort. The more you know about this, the more able you become at taming the beast. Have you ever seen those pictures of lion tamers holding a wooden chair in front of them? They start mastering the animal by making them fear the unknown four-legged creature pointing at them. Like the animal trainer, you need the equivalent of a wooden chair, something to begin mastering strong, internal, and possibly damaging emotions that occasionally may surface at work. Let me hand you your chair. It's when you acknowledge your feelings and begin applying emotional intelligence to focus on what's happening. By acknowledging your strong feelings, perhaps even saying aloud, "I feel angry about that," "I'm upset about this situation," or "I feel uncomfortable about what you've told me." This can be liberating, channels your frustration, and helps you get what you want. Fear often lies behind our anger at work, and much energy can be wasted trying to push away our worries, yet leave you right in the middle of them. All healthy human beings have an inner stream of thoughts and feelings, including criticisms, doubts, and fears, so it's entirely misguided to assume that complex thoughts and emotions have no place in the office. That's against biology, and anyway, it doesn't work. What does work is naming how you feel. And when experts suggest take a deep breath when faced with something annoying or so upsetting you feel like exploding, it can be helpful as a calming device. Trouble is, they seldom mention that when you confess your emotion, accepting it as legitimate and normal helps unpress that button that sets you off in the first place. Feel your temper about to boil over? That's the beast, stretching and ready to bound free. Now for a tricky question that you may not like. What's your self-image when you get angry? How do you look, feel, and sound? Do you like this picture of yourself? Now try imagining directing your anger in a more calm and positive way by taking a mindful approach to anger. In that way, you can harness it. It reduces its power over you. Discover what you can learn from the situation that will allow you to move on productively. So what action am I proposing? First, accept strong emotions such as anger, impatience, and feelings of inadequacy as natural. Allow yourself to experience them even at work. Make a list of what triggers your most substantial negative feelings and use this to refocus. And thirdly, model patience for others so that problems are openly discussed without releasing the anger beast. And the takeaway from all of this? Well, everybody can get cross, impatient, or worse at work. Don't fight it. Instead, learn some basic techniques for dealing with them constructively. You've been listening to an episode of Andrew's 50 Ways to Succeed at Work. For more episodes, subscribe free to my regular weekly podcasts. You can catch up on past ones at the50ways.site, where you can also become a foundation member with access to e-learning units, transcripts, further reading links, and the forum, where you can ask questions, share problems, and join a growing community of people who seriously want to succeed at work. Thanks for listening, and bye for now until next week.